Hi everybody, I'm Tim. I made the radio show you're going to listen to. I just made it for fun because I've always been a big OTR fan. And I've always been a big Jess Franco fan. Which have nothing to do with each other, but I'll get to that. So I always used to do them as I was a kid, all by myself, obviously. But, I wanted to do something a little more cool, just for myself. And of course, it's one of those things, just doing it for yourself, you got to kind of work it around on who you can get to do it. It was basically 4 main characters, because that's, I could get 3 other people. I played Jack, because, I knew I could get me to show up, right? Who was like, kind of the cold, unfeeling character. So he's kind of dry and just didn't show much emotion. I got this one guy named Brad to play Charlie, who actually lived in Tennessee, where I happened to be living at the time, and I just had him overdo his accent a bit. And the other 2 people I can get, one was from Saudi Arabia, and one was a Taiwanese college student. Okay, English was their second language, so I made the other 2 people, 2 characters who English was their second language. Khalid, who played Jess Franco. Ho Chi Tsai, who played Soledad. Sound effects weren't as easy to find then as they are now, where sometimes you can maybe find 10-second snippets if you're lucky. For the most part, it worked out fine. The time it was most obvious was the scene. It was a short scene on a boat, and this was probably pretty ambitious for a first one to actually do again, because it takes place on an island where there's wind, and it's during a storm, so there's rain and thunder, and I didn't think about that when I wrote it. That was just what came into my head at the time. And for OTR fans, it's kind of like I Love a Mystery cut down to 2 characters. Our big studio and our big Foley, people, that's practical sound effects you do, were 2 tape recorders, a cardboard box, and a plastic bag. I mean, we learned as we went along where to place it, and, as the episodes went on, got more subtle and stuff. But unfortunately, though, all the original stuff got ruined in a flood. All the original background elements and music elements and everything like that, and all the actual rough takes and everything. Luckily, most of the episodes were above that, so they just got a little humidity damage from the water. Unfortunately, the last 2 episodes are totally lost. So I transferred them onto digital, fixed them up the best I could. The first 2 episodes suffer the most. Not too much quality-wise, as far as or something like that. There are parts where certain things might be a little faster or slower, but not that bad. And mostly volume. Kind of got to put up the volume a lot for the first one. You got to crank it up for the second one. And there's this background hiss I just can't do anything with. But after that, it gets pretty good. For 3, 4, 5, and 6, they're pretty good. So think of it as listening to an old-time radio show that's in bad shape. But I hope any of the quality problems from what we actually originally did, plus the damage, won't take away your enjoyment of listening to it. I said, obviously, the last 2 episodes are gone, so I'll be back afterwards to tell you how it ends.